Everybody. So the first commercial that I chose is the Anheuser-Budweiser Clydesdale's 9/11 tribute ad to the Super Bowl in 2011. So here is this. I did do notes already, so I'll just play the whole thing and then I'll go back through everything I have. Okay, so that was the video. So I'm gonna read off from a lot of my notes, so I'm sorry. In the very beginning of Budweiser ad, they use a very warm and inviting tone in the beginning with multiple mixtures of warm colors plus cool colors and just gives it an overall calming effect. The music also helps with its soothing tone in the beginning. The overall, the video made me feel a sort of powerfulness, but also just a little bit of sadness because it does remind me of 9/11 and what happened that day. The tone of the commercial was serious, solemn, powerful, and moving. Needless to say, it tugs at your heartstrings. The overall message, in my opinion, is to never forget where we've been, what we've lost, and the sacrifices that had to be made in order to keep moving on. I think that this commercial did a very good job at delivering their message. They do say it at the end, never forget. They used a great mixture of close ups, wide shots, overhead angles, low angles, soft, soothing music, an orchestra that knows how to punch it and can make you cry in different scenes, along with horses that know how to bow. I feel that the demographic that they were trying to reach is very mature American audience, obviously. The meaning behind mature when I say that is that they're reaching for people that are closer to my age. So I was, in grade school whenever 9/11 happened. They're targeting people that are like that or older who would remember that 9/11 happened. And they would also be targeting probably people who drink Budweiser, obviously. I don't know that there's anything different that I would have done. I think that they did just a very good job with it and that I really wouldn't I really wouldn't change anything else. The only thing I may say is this was from 2011, so it would be kind of cool if Budweiser would do another one, but also maybe updated the ending where you see the horses bowing where the World Trade Centers were. You could also kind of maybe show them in New York right by where the monument is now. That's something new. You might add something like that. But otherwise, as far as the way the commercial is, I won't change it at all. The next one, so the first one was the one that delivered. This is the one I do not think delivered at all. So this commercial is Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that can happen circa right around 1999. That is what this ad says, and that's what Google kind of also said as well. This did air in the UK, so that kind of makes some things a little different in my opinion, maybe on like what people think is funny. Um, but that's the next commercial. So let's go ahead and watch it.
Soda, 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 soda. Dr. Pepper. What's the worst that could happen? Put him out of his pants.
Don't worry, kid. We'll just get things out of here. We'll be all right.
The underwear's gonna have to come off too. Take the underwear off. It's all right. Sorry about that. Step aside. What naked kid coming through? TV. Okay. No.
All right. I am not gonna lie when it comes to this one. I hate this commercial. I think it's completely stupid. That's what I looked up when I found it was what is the dumbest commercial that is out there? And this one popped up. So I did have to actually look a few things up about this to try to figure out like what they were trying to get at, kind of. Because I didn't and I'm a very practical person. I did not understand this at all. So, this commercial made me feel like I was going to lose brain cells while watching it. They really did not use great cinematic lighting, colors, music, or angles, in my opinion. It looks like a very flat video to me, kind of like what, we all would have made when we first started. You can also tell that Jesse's acting is pretty fake. Which if this is 99, I can kind of cut that some slack. The entire tone of the video was supposed to be funny and ridiculous. They got the ridiculous part right, but not the funny part, in my opinion. The actual tone, in my eyes, would be chaotic, awkward, ridiculous, or absurd. The overall message is that there is humor in disaster and curiosity could kill you or at least get you into a bad situation. But you need a Dr. Pepper to get through it. And you don't have a choice. It has to be Dr. Pepper. I don't think this commercial did really much of anything. It doesn't deliver at all. It was too chaotic to understand what their message was. The target demographic was supposed to be teens and young adults, possibly Gen X or millennials, or just anyone seeking humor. I didn't find it funny. I just, it's absolutely ridiculous. That's all there is to it. What would I do different? This is where I had quite a few opinions. Everything. Not really. Yes, yeah, I would change a lot. First off, the video needs better stunt execution. I can tell that it's fake, and I don't like that. I also feel like in the first part of the video, kind of around the 6-second mark, instead of having every single bottle on the shelf be Dr. Pepper, put choices there. Because then I will believe you more that somebody went up and picked it and it's good because, they picked it if there's other options, but they went straight for the Dr. Pepper. So, in my mind, I feel like that probably would have been a little bit better marketing strategy for this. The next thing is that if you're being realistic, if you shut one of these doors, the glass is not going to break like that. I've worked in a Walmart, glass doesn't break like that. Everything there's never anything on top of the refrigerator. And so it wouldn't just fall off if you shut the door and then went on about your day. So I feel like the entire video could have just been done more realistic and probably would have been better. It still could have been funny, but been realistic and then, it's make it more believable. No one's gonna believe that you're gonna walk into a store and this stuff's gonna happen. If you want to sell something, make it believable so people want to come and get it. It was just very stupid. The same thing goes for a little bit later on after everything fell on Jesse and the paramedics say they have to cut his pants off and then proceed to rip his underwear off too because a bunch of box items are on top of him. You can get out of that on your own. You literally none of that had to happen. So, it was made back in the 90s. 90s stuff generally tends to be kind of cringy. So, this is, in my opinion, does not deliver, is very cringy, absurd, could have been funny if it would have been made with some truth to it. So that's what I think about that video. Um, so again, Budweiser delivered, Dr. Pepper. Your commercials have gotten better since then. I'll give them that. I've seen some Dr. Pepper commercials and they were pretty good, but this one just it needs deleted off the internet and never put back on the internet. But anyway, thank you for watching. That was both of my commercials, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.